October 27th, 1954. Florence, Italy. The Stadio Comunale is packed with 10,000 screaming fans. The local powerhouse, Fiorentina, is dismantling their rivals 6-2. It's a perfect Wednesday afternoon for football. And then, the game just stops. The players freeze mid-stride. The referee lowers his whistle. 10,000 people go almost entirely silent. They aren't watching the pitch anymore. Every single head is tilted up, staring at the sky. What they saw that afternoon triggered one of the most bizarre, unsolved mysteries in sports history. A mass UFO sighting that brought an entire city to a standstill. To understand how crazy this was, you have to look at the era. It's the mid-50s, the Cold War is brewing, and UFO fever is quietly sweeping the globe. But nobody expected it to crash a football match. At exactly 2:20 p.m., right as the second half started, a collective gasp rippled through the stands. Ardico Magnini, a star defender for Fiorentina, later gave an interview where he described seeing an object shaped like an egg crawling silently across the sky. Other fans reported seeing glowing shapes that looked like Cuban cigars. Whether it was one, two, or a whole formation, the accounts all agreed on the impossible. They made zero noise, they moved incredibly slowly, and they glowed with an otherworldly light. The referee, Sergio Martinoli, had no choice but to halt play. The official reason logged in the match report that day, simply suspended because spectators saw something in the sky. If it ended there, it would just be another UFO story. But 30 minutes after the objects vanished, the sky literally started falling. A glittering, sticky substance drifted down over Florence like a bizarre snowstorm. The locals immediately called it angel hair. If you tried to catch it, the heat from your hands would melt it into nothing. But one quick-thinking student managed to spool some of it onto a piece of wood and rushed it straight to a university lab. The scientists' analysis? This angel hair contained boron, silicon, calcium, and magnesium. So what actually brought Florence to a halt? Over the last 70 years, the debate has come down to three possibilities. The believers, including many who stood on the pitch that day, are completely convinced they saw extraterrestrial visitors. But science offered a much more grounded, if creepy, explanation. Migrating spiders. Every October, millions of spiders migrate by shooting out silk to catch the wind, a process called ballooning. When these massive webs tangle together miles up in the atmosphere, they reflect sunlight, looking a lot like glowing crafts. And when the webs finally fall, they look exactly like angel hair. Case closed, right? Not quite. Remember that lab test? Spider silk is made of protein. It does not contain boron or silicon. You know what does? Military chaff. During the Cold War, militaries would drop glass fibers to jam enemy radar. The chemical breakdown matches the angel hair perfectly. Was this entire event just a top-secret military exercise flying a little too low? Migrating spiders, a classified military cover-up, or something truly not of this world? 7 decades later, the truth is still up there. All we know for certain is that for one afternoon in 1954, 10,000 people looked up, and the beautiful game stood completely still. What do you think actually happened that day in Florence?
Drop your thoughts in the comments section. If you want more deep dives into history's weirdest mysteries, hit subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.